Boom, boom, bam. All right, that's better. Welcome back to the Great Debate Show. I had just went live for a brief second, but someone right, so I had to get that right. All right, now we're good. Welcome to the Great Debate Show. If it's your first time joining us, I hope you enjoy the show, and I hope you stick around and get ready to enjoy some good content as I cover some NFL news, more NFL news, WWE updates, news, and whatever, and college football. I do it all. AEW, boxing, UFC, a little bit of everything. Today, we're going to talk NFL roster cuts. There's a lot of things to talk about. A lot of people got cut today from 90 to 53. We got to talk about some things that Brock Purdy talked about. We have to talk about the Raiders and Jacoby Myers. Could the Niners trade for Jacoby Myers? I would say not. They should, but I would say it won't happen. Has anyone ever heard that Mark Davis refuses to ever make a trade with the San Francisco 49ers? So it probably won't happen. I want to talk about Becky Lynch as well. She's under some heat. She hasn't commented on what she has heat for just yet. Neither has the WWE. But we'll talk about if she was out of line or if she's just doing her job or who's to blame. Or do some people just sometimes take things way too serious? I told everybody last night the WWE probably shouldn't have did that because some things is just too soon. And that regards to some of the comments that she made last night in Birmingham, the UK, home of Ozzy Osbourne. And she made some comments about it where his daughter, Kelly Osbourne, she had some things to say, and she got it off her chest this morning on X, formerly known as Twitter. All right, all the cuts are down. As soon as I finished the show last night or yesterday evening, Kenny Pickett was traded to the Raiders. We said that the Raiders would trade for a Cleveland Browns quarterback, but I, for one, was hoping it was Shadir Sanders. I think him being a QB2 in Las Vegas, New York, New Orleans, maybe even LA Rams, I thought that he would have a better chance to play. Now he's a QB3 in Cleveland because he did make the team, but I think that it hurt him more staying with the Browns than it did releasing him. And again, I'm not on any of that sabotage stuff, but it does kind of seem like they're trying to bury him. I don't see how he gets any playing time unless, it's in December when they're like 2-12, 2-13. Then he'll probably play. The QB2 is Dylan Gabriel. That's no surprise. We knew that. And the QB3 is Shadir Sanders. I don't think he's ever going to really get to play. Now, the Browns could start off 0-6 if you look at their schedule. And then that means they probably would say, all right, Flacco, what's the purpose in playing you when we need to see the development of these young players? So we're going to get into that, too. It's a lot to digest. I don't understand why Flacco is even on this roster, to be honest with you. I mean, they must think they have a chance to win games, but I would just go with the rookies. They're going to be so bad by the time we get to November. They're going to be in the Arch Manning sweepstakes. But why would you be in the Arch Manning sweepstakes when you got two quarterbacks that are rookies right now? I think you just let DG start week 1. Forget Flacco. I mean, Flacco, has he ever played a full season since 2017? He hasn't. We're going to get into all of that in a moment. What do I start off with? Becky Lynch? I think I want to start off with the Becky Lynch heat first because the NFL stuff is going to take a lot longer. Becky Lynch is not going to take me long at all. I want to take this time to say good evening, kings and queens. Wherever you may be, however you may be listening, I appreciate you right now. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me right now, so I really do appreciate it. Let me speak to OCCG, my guy, in the building. Back up in the bitch. It's the Great Debate Show, and I'm your favorite Uncle JJ. Welcome back to the dungeon, baby. How you doing? CG says, what's up, Uncle JJ? That's right. That's right. Y'all have gotten used to that. Y'all like that, don't it? I like it. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming with me every day, CG. I appreciate you, man, for rocking with me. Now, let me get over here to TikTok. I'll let everybody catch up and get in here on YouTube. What's up, everybody on TikTok? My man, Steel, DRE, in the building. Timeless in the building. Daniel, what's up, Dre? Dre says, will the Travis Kelce engagement put more pressure on the Chiefs? I hope so. I hope so. And I would also hope that his play continues to take a downward spiral like it has kind of been doing. I heard the word washed today. Somebody said rinsed and somebody else said washed. I would just say it's probably Taylor Swift. Remember when what's his name? Damn. Keith Thurman. Is it Keith Thurman? The boxer. The Thurman guy. 2019, he had a match against Pacquiao. He was just booed up with his fiance, girlfriend, wife, or whatever. And we were watching that stuff before the main event, and we were like, man, he's got to get away from his lady, man. I mean, like, he's about to have a fight, a real fight with Pac, because we know Pacquiao's still a dog. He got beat, like, pretty good. And we blamed it on his fiance. And he was just too lovey-dovey. And sometimes that's what these women can do to you. Focus on the game or your sport, whatever you got. You can celebrate and kick it with your lady afterwards. And sometimes it just seems like Travis Kelce is kind of taking he's kind of dealing with that. Remember Tony Romo when he was dating Jessica Simpson, and T.O. told Jessica, "Look, you need to stay away from these games. You know, you kind of bad luck." And that's what it looked like at times. You know, Tony Romo playing good ball, and then Jessica Simpson pops up and is like, it's a distraction. And it almost seems like they're just not the same. You know, they don't play the same. And Travis Kelce, since he's been dating her, his production has kind of went downhill. It may not be her. It could just be him and his age. But either way, I hope you're right. I hope you're right about their engagement really hurting Travis Kelce and the Chiefs. Thank you for the comment, though, Steel Dre. What's up with Virgil Van, Taylor in the building? Jillian. Oh, she said same. You see that? She actually agrees. This is a woman who's agreeing with me. You know? I mean, look, if you ain't there to just bring them lunch and you get in and you get out, you don't need to be there the whole time. And I know we're all kind of, I think I can speak for us all when I say we are sick of seeing her up in that damn booth and they show her every time in that press box. Like, can we get back to the game? And that just makes you hate the Chiefs more and more and more. But again, I can't hate on them. I mean, they beat my team twice, and it ain't, what can I say? But I still don't have to like them. I just don't hate them. But I do get tired of all of that. Anyway, Virgil said, what do you think Micah goes if he gets traded? The Patriots are a team who stepped up and said, hey, we want a big name, and we will trade a number 1 or number 2 second round pick, a first or second round pick for a big name. Micah Parsons is a big name. Thank you for the comment, Virgil. Hope all is well. Spongy Seaman in the building. Thank you for joining me. Thank you again, Jillian, for being here. Dre, Terry Jones, Ricky D got to start eventually. Terry Jones says Seahawks, Falcons gonna be in the 49ers way. Okay, the Falcons getting some love here. Wild B32 says facts. Talking about Kelce and Swift. Steel DRE shared the live. Thank you so much. I encourage more viewers to share this live stream. Big Jim, what's up? Steel Dre, Robert Wayne. Trans female Carrie. User 7132. Shaylin Buchanan. Richard Stulo. Yosef. Quip. I'm just going to say Q. Darren Wilson. KM22. User 962. AA Ron. Have you drafted a fantasy team yet? I have not, Ron. How do I do that? Wait, is it too late to join a fantasy team? Hey, Ron. Ordinary Dude 16, what's up? Riddle Dog, Cowboy, Brian Watson, thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. That man, Spider-Man 305, what's up, man? Spider-Man is back. He says, I think the Colts win the Super Bowl. Oh, no, he says, I think the Colts win the bowl. Maybe you're talking about the bowl of champions, the breakfast of champions, Frosted Flakes, a bowl of cereal. I'm not sure. But I know you're not talking about the Super Bowl, are you? Reggie King, what's up with you? Rylan, what's up with you? Thank y'all, and thank you for following. Also, Rylan. Lux in the building. Thank you. The Farford family, thank you for joining me. Do you like the 49ers? Come on, man. What do you think? Of course I like the 49ers. Shane Riley is back. Hey, Shane. Says hi. How you doing? Okay, what did I miss there? OCCG. Leo's back in the building saying, yo, what's up, Leo? He says, hi. How you doing? Man, I'm doing all right. A little better. Still dealing with some pain, but it's not as bad as it was yesterday. I'm trying to tolerate it, and I'm going to try to push through this. Okay. Let's see here. Leo says, hi. How you doing? Thank you again, Leo. CG says, can you start doing streams later like this? Because I just got out of football. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to start happening. I'm going to be starting to do these streams a little bit later in the evening, especially if I get more people in here, more than I do when I'm here at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. If y'all prefer this, please say so. Speak now, forever hold your peace. I'm here for you. So, yeah, if you would prefer evenings it is. CG. The Farford family, oh, I already read that one. CG also said, hating on a man for loving his girl. Love to see it, man. You damn right I am. The hell with him and his girl. Nah, I'm playing. Look, Taylor Swift, look, she's one-on-one when it comes to the Billboard charts. No doubt about it. I just don't like how they try to, really take advantage of their relationship, the NFL, that is. I mean, they're really, like Vince McMahon with doing the WWE. They find ways to come up off of that, and that's what they do. They love it, and it's good promotion, it's good marketing. Every time she's there, it helps the NFL. And I think now they have a partnership to where they're purposely doing that now. For all we know, they could be dating other people, and this is just for the public eye. Who knows? It's just a good PR stunt for all we know. But I'm just sick of it. And I think a lot of us are. Lux said, I got here, but F the Chiefs. There you go, Lux. You're damn right. F them. That's right. They got championships handed to them by the league. I can't argue with that, but when I say it, I'm a 40 whiner. So I'm just going to let you say that, Lux. Again, what's up with you, Shane Riley? Andre Perry, I hadn't seen that name before. Houston, the only team that matters this season. I hope you're right. And I hope y'all got that offensive line fixed. Some people seem to think it will be better. Some people seem to think that, man, you've got 5 new offensive linemen. That may not be an easy adjustment. What do y'all think? I didn't know they had 5 new offensive linemen. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get better, but 5? Thank you for the comment, Andre. Joshua Stevens is in the building. He says, new to football, got into fantasy. How do I watch football to understand it? You just got to keep watching, man. You just got to keep watching. Listen to the calls every time they throw a flag, and they will do that a lot. Listen to the refs every time. That's how I learn. Just like that, by the end of week 1 Sunday, you're gonna know this is holding. You're gonna know this is delay a game. You're gonna know you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I mean, just keep watching, and you'll get it. Yep. And watch me also. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You'll learn a lot from me too. Not that I know everything, but just watch and you'll learn more. Thank you for the question, Joshua. All right, what's up, Mark Gabata? I want Indianapolis Colts to win the Super Bowl. All right, man, I want $1 million too. But I ain't going to get it right now, Spider-Man. It ain't going to be the Colts, man. But you will get the #1 draft pick probably if the Saints don't. Because Daniel Jones is the starting quarterback. And he's going to be the starting quarterback for a while because I don't know how you go back to Anthony Richardson. What's up to 15? Isaac? Is that Isaac? Yeah, what's up, Isaac 15? He says, Raiders. Amari Cooper is back. He is. But which Amari Cooper are we going to get? Appreciate all the 49ers contributions to my team, says Big Static. I like that name, Static. Yeah, man, that's what I do over here. I'm glad all of you all are here because I got some 49er talk for you. I want to talk about Brock Purdy and some more things. Jillian in the building said, who is your favorite Niner of all time? Mine is Patrick Willis. You sound like my son. He loved Patrick Willis. He played the position in high school because of Patrick Willis. He had the number because of Patrick Willis, and I loved him too. But my favorite is Jerry Rice, and then right behind him is Terrell Owens. Now, Joe Montana and Rice are the greatest Niners to ever live, but I missed a lot of Montana's career. I'm not that old. I just look like this. I really watch Steve Young a lot more. But yeah, man, Rice is the favorite. He's my favorite. And then right behind him, like I said, is T.O. Speaking of T.O., his son did not make the roster. I'm not surprised, but you know, hey man, look, these guys are not what their fathers were. You know, Jerry Rice's son has been in the league for a few years now. He ain't making any rosters yet. I don't think he has. I remember him being with the Chargers. I don't know where he is now, but I don't think he's on a 53 man roster. Frank Gore Jr. just got cut as well with the Buffalo Bills. All Niner legends and Hall of Famers, or future Hall of Famer for Gore. And their sons didn't quite make it. Dion, his son, one of them, already waived. So, you know, hey, it just goes to show you can't, you know, even though a lot of people say they're Nepo babies, you can't really get, you know, far just living off your father's name. This shows you have to be as good as your father. Bronny James, if he's not as good, he won't be around for long. And if he does, then I guess LeBron has a lot more juice than T.O. and Frank Gore and Primetime Sanders. Okay, Andre Perry, Joshua Stevens in the building also. Oh, I already spoke to him. He said, I see my coworkers talk about the players. I understand it generally, but not that deep. Cheers from Florida, sir. Florida. All right, all right. Swamp Thing. Thank you for the comment, Joshua. You'll get it. Keep listening. Keep watching. You'll get it. I promise you. In no time. Dallas getting #1 pick until Jerry in the dirt. The team gonna be rock bottom, I believe. I don't know about the #1 pick, but yeah, they probably won't get that Super Bowl until, hate to say it, until he is gone. Shane Riley said, mine is hardcore. Ronnie Lott. Yeah, that's another good one, man. Ronnie Lott was a bad boy. You could pick any Niner, to be honest with you, from the glory days, from the 80s, early, mid-90s, and you would not be wrong, and I wouldn't really give you a great debate. All right, this is the Great Debate Show, and we're going to talk about Becky Lynch before I get into this football stuff. Jillian, thank you for the question on TikTok. What's up to Jerson and who better all time, Bruce Smith or Reggie White? That's a close one, but I got to give it to Reggie still. Got to give it to Reggie. Even though Bruce holds the record, Reggie was something serious, man. He was just different. Even when he didn't get the stat, he was the reason why somebody else got the stat. That man, Spider-Man, says yes. Jillian says, nah, Niners looking too good. I hope so. Let's talk about who all the Niners got here in a minute. Realistically, Shoes winning week 1, Hawks or Niners? Oh, who's winning week 1? I don't know, man. I cannot say. It depends on who's suiting up. And Upton Stout, even though he made the team, the nickel corner, the rookie that they drafted, there's no guarantee he'll be ready week 1 either. Didn't see him at all in the preseason, but we kept my guy, Chase Lucas. I can't wait to talk about that in a moment. We're going to be top 2, I think, says Edric. Okay. Arizona Cardinals all day. Oh, he's talking about the Cardinals. Top 2? You mean in the West or in the NFC? Virgil, thank you for the #1 gifter badge. What do you think, Micah Parsons? Okay, I read that already. Thank you for the rose. Vince McMahon, 45. Do you know I'm still a Vince McMahon fan, or a Vince fan of the past? I like that. Thank you for sending that rose. Isaac, 15. Somebody else sent the gift, but I don't see a name. Just a profile picture. Okay, let's talk about Becky Lynch for 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Becky Lynch got some heat, and I'm going to explain why here shortly. First, let me just tell you what Ozzy Osbourne's daughter said. Where is it at? Where is it at? Okay, here we go. Kelly Osbourne ripped Becky Lynch. Okay? Last night I gave you Monday Night Raw. I gave you the Monday Night Raw post show, right? And y'all know weekly I go over what happened, you know, from Monday Night Raw. And I'll briefly tell you some of the things that they said, you know, some of their quotes, especially if it was worth mentioning. Well, one of the things that I said last night when I was giving you the rundown on Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella's promo, which was pretty good. I know I've been kind of hard on Nikki Bella, but she has been holding her own with the mic. I got to give her credit for that. I just wish that was somebody, you know, else, like a younger talent that Becky Lynch could put over instead of her having a PLE with a HOFer, who really should be an HOFer. This is just the WWE's way of saying, the hell with Peacock, we're leaving, and we don't give a damn what we put on the card for our last PLE that we're going to have with you all. Anyway, Becky Lynch got ripped by Kelly Osbourne. Ozzy's daughter post after Becky's remarks on her father doing Raw. What did Becky Lynch say again? What did she say? Anyway, she said something about, basically she was just trying to get heat on purpose for the city that she was in the UK, Birmingham, UK. And she was just basically talking about how they oppressed her country, Ireland, and blah, blah, blah. And, I'll fight you in Paris, but I wouldn't dare fight you, Nikki Bella, in this dump of a city. They're not worth it. I'm how did she say it? I'm going to leave this city. Can't wait to get out of here. She said something about Ozzy Osbourne, saying that basically that's why he died, because he was in that place. But at least he was smart enough to move to L.A. And something like that in those words. And, like I said, I thought it was a bit too soon. Here's her words, and I quote. She said, "The only good thing that came out of here died a month ago." That was Ozzy Osbourne she was talking about. She said, but in fairness to Ozzy Osbourne, he had the good sense to move to L.A., a proper city. Because if I lived in Birmingham, I'd die too. Those were the words from Becky Lynch last night. And this was the words from Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Kelly Osbourne, who was very unhappy with Becky Lynch's promo. She said, did I not get all of that right? She said, "You're disrespectful. You are a disrespectful dirtbag. Birmingham would not piss on you if you were on fire. Shame on you and the WWE for allowing such things to be said about my father and his home." Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Now, she tried to tag Becky Lynch in this, but I don't think that's actually her handler, according to some of the dirt sheets. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne died last month at the age of 76, and the WWE was among the many organizations that mourned his loss and celebrated his life. Let's keep in mind, Kelly, they did do that. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Becky Lynch was out of line? And even if you do you think she deserved to get this much heat from the daughter? Again, y'all, this is wrestling, and the heel's work is to get heat and, take a dump on the city that they're in. They've been doing this for 50, 60 years. That's what professional wrestling is all about. That's just what it is. But again, I can understand Kelly. She just lost her father a month ago. The last thing she wants to hear is a wrestler in there talking about, I would have died too if I was from this city. But she didn't mean any harm. I'm sure Becky Lynch didn't even write that promo. So let me read a few comments and see what y'all think about that before I get to the NFL roster cuts. Let's see here. Did I miss anything else from Becky Lynch? I don't think so. I think that was it. Kelly's reaction is perhaps understandable, given that she is still grieving the loss of her father. Lynch was merely doing the work of a great heel, as I just said, and it's fair to assume that she meant no actual disrespect to Ozzy or the Osbourne family. It's a commonplace for heels to say and do outlandish things for the sake of getting a reaction from the audience. And in that respect, Lynch's Ozzy line was successful. Now, those who didn't like what Lynch said may want to tune in and watch Sunday's Clash in Paris, the PLE event, to see if she gets her comeuppance during a Women's Intercontinental Championship defense against Nikki Bella. And I'm sure she's not going to lose to Nikki Bella, who was just back part-time. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, Kelly Osbourne, said, "You are a disrespectful dirtbag, and Birmingham wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Shame on you, the WWE, for allowing such things to be said about my father and his home." Let's see what y'all got to say about it. What's up, Kevin Noah Gray? Roger Holt. Roger Holt says, "Kelly's still raw. She'll understand later. She knows exactly what WWE is." Good comment, Roger. And you're right. What's up to 432 Fragrances? Nicholas. Nicholas says, "Let me guess, 49ers fan." You guessed right. Vince McMahon, thank you for following. Isaac 15 says, "We got Cooper back. Let's go." He's happy. Vince McMahon also said, "Becky Hogan, I have to go over, brother." Man, y'all gotta go with that Becky Hogan stuff. She doesn't like that because she said Hogan was a piece of, you know what. But what are your thoughts on the Raiders? I think the Raiders will be better than what people think, but because the AFC West is so deep, they still probably can only win, what, 8? Go 8-9 at best? Maybe 9-8? Isaac, thank you. 49ers were robbed out of Super Bowl 58. If I agree with you, they're just going to say I'm a whiner, a 40 whiner. But I'm not saying you're wrong, Anthony, 2003. But I will say this. I would rather just blame Kyle. No style, Shanahan, on us losing that. He didn't even know the rules. And he didn't address the offensive line all season long like he should have, because that line got their asses whooped in that game. And that's the reason why we lost. The Minister of Defense says Jerson Soriano. Barry, thank you for following. Big Nasty, thank you for joining me. Bang Bang Niner Gang, thank you, Barry. Collard, football gods are real. Okay. I get Jordan Mason, CD and Jordan Mason. I give Hill and Hampton. Would you do that trade? Okay, Jordan Mason. Who is Hill? Because it looks like these are just running backs you're talking about. Hampton, you're talking about the rookie, I'm thinking. I'm not really good at the fantasy stuff, though, man. I'm not. The Giants released Tommy DeVito. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I don't think anybody cares about Becky Lynch and the heat that she's getting from Kelly Osbourne, and that's okay. I just wanted to just say that that's what happened. Shane Riley, Andrew Perry. Shane Riley said mine is hardcore. Oh, I read that one already. Jofi Joe, what's up, man? Jofi Joe back. He said, what's good, bro? Had to stop by and show some love. Memphis, Tennessee in the building. That's right, baby. Memphis 10, man. That's my Memphis brother. Hope all is well with you, Joe. That guy Eager, he's back. There goes my other guy. He said, what's up, big time? Yada I mean, in Jacob Batu's voice. I like that. I like that. Where is Fatu at? Seems like we ain't saw Fatu in a couple weeks. I don't think we saw Fatu last week. Yada I mean. I was just talking about Becky Lynch and the heat that she got from her promo last night. She was doing what she does as a heel, supposed to get heat, but I did say last night it may be a little too soon to mention Ozzy Osbourne and how she mentioned him. Anyway, the Giants released Tommy DeVito. Who cares? Let's see here. The Browns released Deontay Johnson. He has been getting moved a lot since the Steelers cut him loose about 18 months ago. He's been going back and forth like a tennis match from team to team. And he's the guy who said Kenny Pickett looked like he would be the starter for the Cleveland Browns. You see how that pattern worked? As soon as they traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders last night, the very next morning they released the only guy who had faith in Kenny Pickett, probably, I guess, Deontay Johnson. He got released after just signing with the team in late April. That was according to NFL Network. Okay, back to these roster cuts. Oh, Deontay Johnson, this was his 8th transaction in the past 18 months. Seriously, October 29th, 2024, he was traded to the Panthers, traded from the Panthers to the Ravens, December 22nd, waived by the Ravens, December 23rd, claimed by the Texans, January 14th, waived by the Texans. And I ain't going to go all through that, but yeah, like a tennis match. He's been moving around everywhere. Let's see here. Brian said, we'll see. We'll see about what? Brian, I got something to say to you too, man. I was looking at y'all schedule, looking at y'all roster. You may be right, man. Y'all very well may repeat. I ain't ready to make my predictions yet as far as Super Bowl, but next week, starting Monday, September 1st, I will be breaking down every division winner, every division prediction from Monday to Thursday. And by the time I wrap it up Thursday, we'll be getting ready to watch the NFL season officially kick off as the Cowboys go at the Eagles Thursday, September 4th, next Thursday. I already talked about Becky Lynch and her heat. Okay, moving along. Here's what somebody said on Twitter. I just want to read this before I officially get away from the WWE. And this is not me saying it. This is just a random WWE fan. For the people that say I complain too much about wrestling, like, why do you watch it then? I watch it because I'm still a fan at heart, and I want to cover it because people like to see me cover it. However, I don't have to say everything is good when I don't agree. Somebody on Twitter said, WWE, I need the writers to get excited again. Can't open and close the show the exact same way for weeks and expect everything different and expect anything different than what I felt 4 weeks ago. Come on, guys. The best thing going on Raw right now, in my opinion, is the EO, Kyrie, Asuka, and Rhea storyline, because everything else is just kind of there. I agree with that. 100%, to be honest with you. And I just told you all the past few weeks, why do we keep opening Raw with Division and closing Raw with Division? And what did we get last night on Raw? We opened up the show with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. That's what you should do more of. Somebody different. And it ain't always got to be a promo. The only reason why I kind of like you opening with a promo, because AEW always opens damn near with a 25 minute match. Damn near every week. That's what they used to do anyway. But I just wanted to say that I'm not the only one that thinks they do the same thing every damn week. Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, Sheamus versus Rusev, Seth Rollins versus Punk, Uso and LA Knight, and John Cena versus Logan Paul. Those are the 5 matches that are booked. Somebody keeps saying they got 6, but I only see 5. Am I missing a match? That's Clash in Paris. Tajay Spears is out the first 4 games of the season. The Titans is replacing the running back. They're placing the running back on IR with a high ankle sprain, according to Adam Schefter. Did y'all hear what the former general manager said? Mike Tannenbaum this morning. He said on ESPN First Take that Cam Ward will be the best quarterback in the AFC South in 2025. And he went even further to predict that the Titans will win the AFC South. Do you all agree with that strong divisional take? I know some people are saying that's why his ass is not a general manager anymore. But I am high on Cam Ward this year. I ain't going as far as saying they're winning the South. But again, he seems to think because they got 5 new offensive linemen, it could be some growing pains in Houston. The Packers released McCole Hardman. I hadn't really heard his name since he was a Chief. When was he a Chief? Was he not with the Chiefs last year? I'm not sure. But the Packers released him. The 3-time champ wide receiver is going to hit the waivers after joining Green Bay this offseason, according to Jordan Schultz. Okay, Niner fans, real quick. Running back Amir Abdullah. Quarterback Carter Bradley. Running back Corey Kiner. DL, defensive lineman Damon Harris. Wide receiver Equimina St. Brown. Defensive lineman Jalen Allen. Running back Keyshawn Vaughn. DB Kevon Seymour. D lineman Shaquille Brown. Quarterback Tanner Mordecai. All of those guys got cut from the Niners. All of them. And, of course, my boy, I was hoping that he did better, but he just did everything right but catch the football. Even though he did finally get a touchdown, Tariq Owens is waived from the 49ers. Cam Ward said, no rivalry here with Shador. Nothing but love between the rookie quarterback, says Cam Ward. I don't even know why he was asked that question. What did they ask? You got beef with him or something? T.O.'s son was waived by the 49ers. I just said that, son of the Hall of Fame receiver. Did not make the final roster cut. 49ers also released Jeff Wilson, the running back. Y'all knew that was mandatory once we acquired B-Rob, right? The veteran running back re-signed with the team earlier this month, but now he's released, as he should be. He's just not quite that same Jeff Wilson from 2019, 2021. Okay. Other cuts. The Bears will carry 3 quarterbacks on the roster this year, according to Ben Johnson. Caleb Williams, Tyson Bagent, and Case Keenum. The Cowboys are sending offensive lineman Asim Richards to the Saints. The Saints have been trading for some offensive linemen. The Chargers released their offensive tackle, David Sharp. Washington released defensive end Andre Jones. and cornerback Carlin Vigors. These were some candidates that people thought were going to make the team. That's why I'm naming them. The Cardinals waived cornerback Jamie Robinson. Washington released DT Carl Davis. These are just names that people thought probably would make the roster. It did not. The Patriots informed linebacker Truman Jones out of Harvard that they were going to waive him, and they did. The Bucks cornerback Roman Perotti also got waived. Who else? The Bears waived Tyler Scott, wide receiver. The Titans waived tight end Thomas Odekoya. Just some, the Seahawks also informed safety Jarek Reed II that he was being waived. The Giants waived wide receiver and kicker Emar Smith Marset. Just trying to give you some names that were meaningful kind of. The Bears also waived defensive lineman Zach Pickens. He was a third-round pick in 2023. He's available. And what about Clelin Ferrell? Remember him? He's kind of a bust now. Is it safe to say that now? Washington released him also, the defensive end. Clelin Ferrell is gone. He was used a lot in the preseason, played in the fourth quarter versus Cincinnati, and the entire first half versus Baltimore. But Washington was clearly seeing what he had left. And I guess for them, not enough. Okay. I guess that's enough of the cuts. The Saints named Rattler QB1. Head coach Kelly Moore is going with the second-year quarterback over the rookie Tyler Shook. Do you all agree with that? Probably so, I would say. The Raiders turned down offers for Jacoby Myers. One team wanted Las Vegas to pay some of the wide receivers $15 million cap hit in a trade, and the Raiders said no. I bet you it was the 49ers. I bet you. They're not going to make a deal with the Niners. According to certain sources, Mark Davis don't fuck with the 49ers. Okay. Let's see here. What else I got? The Falcons starting offensive tackle is out for the year, Caleb McGarry. Whew. Painful blows, man, to these guys and these teams. The Chargers are going to activate Najee Harris. He will be eligible for week 1 after the eye injury that he suffered on the 4th of July. The Browns named Dylan Gabriel QB2. We knew that was going to happen, right? Shador to start the season as the third string behind the fellow rookie. We knew that. That's why I wanted him to be released. And I think they did that purposely so he can just be buried on the roster. He would have had a better chance had he got released, in my opinion. I don't see him playing until they're like I said, 2-12. And even then, that would be after they seen Flacco and said, all right, that's enough. We need to see what we got in our rookie, Dylan Gabriel. And then if he stinks it up, then you may see Shador. But it probably won't be until December. And you would have to take that with a grain of salt because we don't know how many healthy players or healthy starters they will have left by then. Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver for the 49ers, is officially suspended 3 games for violating the NFL's substances abuse policy. Sanders did make the Browns roster, as I said. He'll enter the regular season behind Flacco and DG. Dion reacted to Shiloh being cut. He looks forward to his son's next opportunity after the Bucs decided to move on. Deshaun Watson was placed on the PUP list again. What a surprise. The Browns QB will continue rehab from his Achilles injury. Other 49er cuts. Did I say tight end Brayden Willis? Cornerback Dallas Flowers. Linebacker Curtis Robinson. Damone Harris. Derek Canteen. Drake Nugent, offensive lineman. Cornerback Fabian Morrow. Isaiah Hodgins. Man, a lot of people got cut, man. Jeff Wilson. Jalen Allen. Jalen Mahoney. Junior Burgeon. Jonathan Garvin. Malik Turner, another receiver. Keyshawn Vaughn, I said that name already. A lot of people hated this cut. Sebastian Valdez, the defensive lineman. Some people hope that he'll get back on the practice squad, but probably not. He probably won't make it. He probably won't clear waivers. Linebacker Stone Blanton, offensive lineman Nick Zakeli, or Zakale. All these cuts. Tariq Owens, punter Thomas Morstead. A lot of people didn't understand that either. You cut the punter, but you keep the trash kicker, Jake Moody. What? And y'all love Shanahan so damn much. I don't. Why would you get rid of the punter? He was better than the kicker, wasn't he? But anyway, those are some notable names that were released from the 49ers. The 49ers could possibly trade for Jacoby Myers. According to Bleacher Report, it could make sense since they're dealing with significant injuries and departures at wide receiver. Brock Purdy could get the offense back on track in 2025 if he had him. They also are top 10 in cap space, and they could use him. The potential obstacles is that they gave their 2026 fifth-round pick to the Eagles for Bryce Huff in that trade. So now the proposed trade would be a 2026 sixth-round pick and cornerback Darrell Luter Jr. Now, I would like to keep Darrell Luter Jr. because he made the team, and he should have, because, man, he impressed me in the preseason, along with my boy Chase Lucas, who also made the team. And that's the best thing about it for my Niner empire. Bang, bang. Niner gang. We still got Chase Lucas. We still got cornerback Darrell Luter Jr., Marquise Siegel. Those guys remain on the 53-man roster. And I got to tell you something. With those three guys that I just mentioned, Jair Brown is still there. But besides him, Mustafa's coming back. We've got Richie Grant. We've got Jason Pinnock. We know who the starters on the outside are at corner. Diamado Lenore, number 1. Bernardo Green, number 2, who is really going to take the next step. That's my Florida State Seminole guy. So I'm really going to be big on him and a little biased. But I do think that he will be much better this year in year 2. I think it'll be a sophomore surge, not a slump. I think our secondary could be an A- when everybody gets back at health. Upton Stout will be the starting nickel. Until then, it'll be Chase Lucas. I give our secondary an A-. And that's probably the best grade I'll give them behind the running back room. That's an A+ now. Brock Purdy. I'm about to catch up on these comments, and I see I got quite a bit to read, but I just want to run this down and get it over with. Brock Purdy talked about last season, y'all, and these are some of the reasons why we were like, don't pay him $50 million. Don't pay him $53 million. Brock Purdy is admitting himself that he could have been better. And I quote, Brock Purdy said, I was trying to do too much. Damn, can I blow that up? He said, I was trying to do too much. I felt like this pressure is on myself that I needed to do, or I needed to be this Superman type guy. He said there was some moments where I was like, dude, you've got to go back to the basics. It doesn't matter who's out there. The way Kyle calls plays, you run it right, just like your rookie year, and it works. Stick to that and be consistent. That was according to Albert Breer in Sports Illustrated. Do you all agree with Brock Purdy and what he said? I think it's tremendous that he actually recognized that. He holds himself accountable for that. And that means we hope that he's going to be better this year then. Maybe he won't press so hard. He lost a few games for us last season, you know. And the main one that got me the most, that pissed me off, was the one at home against the Rams on a Monday night. We were still in playoff contention, and it's a first or second down. There was no need to press. And he throws it in the end zone to Jawan Jennings, who's surrounded by 3 Rams. Throw it away or give it to somebody else. Check it down. I don't know. That is some of the things that he's talking about when he says, I felt this pressure on myself that I needed to be this Superman type guy. There were moments where I was like, dude, you've got to go back to the basics. And he admits to doing that his rookie year. So if he gets back to just going to the basics, it doesn't matter who's out there. The way Kyle calls plays, you just run it right, just like your rookie year, and it works. Stick to that and be consistent. I love that. I love those comments from Brock Purdy. Niner fans, what do you feel about it? Hell, you ain't got to be a Niner fan to agree or disagree. Just wanted to say that. I think that that's great to hear from Purdy, and that means that maybe he will earn that $53 million per that he's getting. The Ravens, the rookie tore the ACL and MCL. Sad news again from some of these guys, man, and it's rookies too. Their 6th round DB, Bilal Cone, expected to be out 10 to 12 months, according to Jordan Schultz. That sucks. I talked about the Falcons starting offensive lineman who's also out for the year, Caleb McGarry, placed on season-ending IR, and the Bills' first-round pick also not out for the season, but he is on IR right now. And this is a good player, too, from what I saw, when I watched, and the tape. Cornerback Maxwell Hairston is going to miss at least 4 games with a knee injury for the Buffalo Bills. Okay, I think I'm done. And y'all, when it comes down to Clash in Paris, from what I'm hearing with the dirt sheets, don't be surprised if Bruce's and Sheamus join forces immediately after their match. They don't know what to do with Bruce. His character sucks. And I told y'all he's not going to draw a dime when he came back to WWE. And that's why they're going to try this. I think it's a good idea. We'll see if he gets more of a reaction from the fans, because he doesn't get any reaction. As I told you before, neither does Aleister Black. So they let him be heel. Rusev ain't even getting a reaction as a heel. Don't look for him and Sheamus to join forces. Don't be surprised if Roman Reigns loses. According to dirt sheets, he may lose, but of course, it's division. So there's ways he could lose. I'm not saying he will, but he's going to do that movie, y'all. This is his last time we're going to see him, probably until like November. So don't be surprised if he loses in a shocking way. A surprise Brock Lesnar appearance, I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe. Drew McIntyre could make a statement. LA Knight actually could win the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't agree with that one either. And the final man for the Vision, it actually could be one more person. Don't know who, but they say that it could happen at Clash in Paris, which could be the reason why Seth Rollins retains his title. I'm hearing it could be Ricky Saints, a.k.a. Ricky Starks from AEW. He's at NXT. But it probably will be this guy, the NXT champion, North American champion. Damn. He's good, too. But damn it, I can't think of his name for nothing right now. He came from AEW as well. Damn it, I don't know. I can't think of his name. Somebody help me out. I know somebody. Ethan Page. There you go. Thank you, Ghost. Thank you very much. Yeah, Ethan Page could be the next guy that will join the Vision. Now, I know he's a champion right now, but that doesn't mean a thing. To throw you off, he could be the guy, and then eventually he'll lose that title and drop it, but he can still be in and out on NXT and the main roster, and he probably will be the guy, because I think that he'll go to the main roster before Ricky Saints, because he got there before Ricky Saints. So look out for stuff like that. Clash in Paris, Sunday, August 31st. On Peacock, their final PLE. And there's also a rumor that John Cena could win his 18th title, and he could take that title away from Seth Rollins. Now, I don't see how they'll do that when he's about to get into the Brock Lesnar feud right after Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre is probably going to be his last match that they're saying now. I don't know where he'll get the time to face Seth Rollins and win the title, but that's according to the dirt sheet. I don't buy that one, though. All right, I think I pretty much got it all. Okay, let's see what y'all talking about. YouTube is going to be quicker, so let me read those comments real quick. Houston is the only team that matters. I read that already, didn't I? Thank you, Andre. New to football, I read that too. I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. You heard Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged? I did. I talked about it before you showed up, Yeager. The Chiefs baby scripted to win. They scripted every damn year to at least be in the Super Bowl. Now, why would you say scripted to win, Yeager? Why would you say that? See, when I say it, it's like, oh man, Unc, he needs to be drug tested. Unc says some of the most unhinged things on this podcast. I'm not the only one that thinks that, though, am I, Yeager? Good comment, and I agree. I just hope we're both wrong. Let's see here. 352 Zeke is in the building, says Desmond Watson was cut. That's crazy. Do you really think it's crazy? He's like 450 pounds. They say he really tried hard to lose weight, but I finally saw him earlier today, and he was running drills, and man, that's a big dude, man. I mean, maybe he just isn't good, because I don't see anybody blocking him. I don't see anybody breaking his tackle either. Was he D-line or O-line? I don't know. But yeah, he got cut. That's a big boy though, man. Thank you for the comment, Zeke. He says, oh no, you're a Florida State fan. LOL, I am. But in my defense, Man, I kind of got out of college football for some years, but I'm back. This year I'm back. And I'm so hyped up for Texas and Ohio State, it don't make no sense. I ain't never been this hyped up for a week 1 college football opener. But I can't wait to see what Arch is about. Some people say he is that guy. Some people say he's overhyped. Some people say that there's 3 or 4 other quarterbacks in the nation that is better than him. We'll see. Some people even say that they kind of are hiding his weaknesses with their play calling. I'll be checking all that out this Saturday. Zeke said he was an O-line for the Gators. I'm a Gator fan. Well, is he any good? I'm sure they got a lot of rushing yards behind him. I'm going to watch some tape. Maybe somebody picks him up then. We'll see. We could use him since he's an O-lineman. Shoot. Now, I heard Big Trent Brown is available, but he sucked. We drafted him years ago. He's been all over the league. That guy Yeager said facts. Simple sometimes is better. Zeke said, sorry, D-line. Oops. Okay. He's not the O-line. Bummer. Well, we could still use him, though, if he's any good. But if Ty Bowles and the assistant coaches didn't think so, then maybe he's not. All right. Let me get to TikTok, and you don't stop. Alejandro says BA to Pittsburgh. Just confirmed by Schefter. Man, stop playing. Arch, #1 pick, bet the house. For 2026 or 2027, though? That man said, Brandon Ayuk to Pittsburgh. Did that really happen? Hell no, I would have got the notification. Let me make sure I didn't get that notification, man. People be playing around. Nah, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Thank you for the comment, though. Alejandro. Tarks is in the building also. Josh Wright in the building. DeVale Davis is back. What's up, man? How you been? Rancid Weasel Nuts said Oba Themi. Yeah. Hey, that was a great match between him and Javon Evans, too. When I checked out Heat Wave. Not bad. Darrell Davis, thank you also. Duvall. Is it Duvall Davis? Thank you for helping me with the Ethan Page comment. All ego. I like him. He may be a part of the vision. If it happens, you heard it here first. Legend 001 says Kofi Kingston. Trash. Man, get rid of that guy. The New Day really does suck. Man, this is terrible. I see what they're doing, though. If they do it right, then maybe it could be interesting again. But I think where they're going with this is Penta and maybe Ray Phoenix get back together again as they should, because they ain't doing nothing with them on a singles run. They're just having good matches. Penta, Ray Phoenix, the Lucha Brothers reunite, and I think that Austin Theory should join forces with them. If he gets cleared to wrestle, then you can put them versus Grayson Waller and the New Day, 6-man tag. Do that for WrestlePalooza, because that's what they're saving it for. You heard that here first. If they don't do it, they just don't know what they're doing. Nut Butter 21. Yo, LeBron. I'm not LeBron. Raider Nation. Legend 001 says Raider Nation. Thank you, Legend, for the comment. Willie says rate my 10-man PPR. Dak, CMC, Akani, whatever his name is. I can't say his name. The running back in Miami with the Dolphins. Malik Neighbors, Ladd, Strange, Walker, Texans. Bench is Egbuka and Ridley, GP. That's not a bad lineup. Not bad, Willie. Southboy 315 said Brock is a stand-up guy. I needed last year to humble him. Niners will be okay. Hey, you got that right. It sure in the hell did humble him, didn't it? If you heard me read those comments, which you must did, according to your comment, I can't agree with you more. He did need to be humble. Now, he's got his money. He's holding himself accountable. He said he's just going to stick to the script and just do the right things and be consistent with it, and everything will be all right. I like that. You're right. He is a stand-up guy. I love Purdy, man. As a human being, it's just I'm back and forth with him sometimes on the field. Southboy also asks when Mustafa comes back. Oh, he didn't ask. He says when Mustafa comes back, the 49ers secondary isn't bad. Man, did you hear me earlier? I gave it an A-. When he comes back, you got Mustafa and you've got, I think it's going to be Pinnock. Richie Grant and Jair Brown, good backups, good reserves. I think Pinnock is going to be on the line of scrimmage blitzing more. Robert Saleh is kind of getting away from the 4-3 wide 9 BS, thank God, because I hate the wide 9. It's so suspect now the way offenses play these days. He's putting more 5-5 guys on the line of scrimmage. I like that. So yeah, when these guys get back, man, Upton Stout at the nickel corner. Until then, Chase Lucas, I like it. I like our secondary. Thank you for the comment, 315. I pretty much agree with everything Southboy has to say. We kind of share some of the same ideas and opinions. Let's see here. What color do you think the new Niners jersey would be? I didn't know we were going to get new jerseys. Thank you for letting me know that, Serge. Aaron Chance. I would say just go back to the 80s throwbacks. Other than that, don't give me that old Scarlet, whatever that shit was they were wearing. We used to call them the curse jerseys. The stuff they were wearing in the 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s. I hated that shit. I hope they don't go back to that. Ricky Barron, Aaron Chance in the building. Joseph Trimmer is back. Said you watching NXT? No, not yet, but I'm about to as soon as I wrap this up. What's going on there right now? Driver said, that's Ric Flair belt. It sure is. Woo! Cowboy Joe. Every time I see the World Heavyweight Championship belt, I think about Edge. On this day, I see clearly. Yeah, man. Yeah, he wore that belt good too, man. Yeah, he kind of reminded me of Flair for a minute when he had Lita. But no, he didn't have the World Heavyweight title, though, when he had Lita. That was the spinner belt. Either way, Edge was that shit. Edge was the shit, man. When he used to play Vicky Guerrero, just to stay in the championship picture and stuff. That was good stuff, man. Thank you for the comment, Cowboy Joe. And Drivers, 5467. What up from San Francisco? Go Niners. Damn. What's up, Driver? You in San Fran, huh? Must be nice. Must be nice. Man, can I kick it? I need to get the hell out of Memphis. Didn't Tampa release Shiloh? Oh, yeah, that happened Sunday morning, Davis. That happened Sunday morning. We already talked about that. Niners need to go after Hunter Renfrow. He is so good. He's not bad. Would you prefer Renfrow over Jacoby Myers, though? Thank you for the comment, Rhino Sports Cards. What do y'all think, Niner fans? Should we go after Hunter Renfrow? He is a good slot guy, but Jacoby Myers is getting some phone calls right now. Where is he going to get traded to? This could happen in the next 24 hours or so. I'd wrestle you for that championship belt. Well, we're going to have to make it a hardcore match then. Because you probably would beat me, so I need all the weapons that I can get to try to retain my title. Thank you, though, for the comment. Return the Luca. Jackson said, let's go Steelers. What's up to Rebecca? Thank you for joining me, Rebecca Zim, 65. I hadn't saw you before, Rebecca. Thank you. Jackson says no. Also, he says, what's up? What's up? Let me see who this. Oh, hey, send that again, whoever that was. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read these comments. Somebody trying to get in here as a guest for a minute, and I don't mind. Just depending on what you want to talk about. Send it one more time, please. Valdez, number 55. Better make the practice squad, says Campo. I don't know, y'all. If he's as good as y'all say he is, he probably won't. Why did he get cut? Niners are average at best. No quarterback. Ooh, that hurts, Sean. Tell us how you really feel. What's up, Antonio? What's your prediction to our season this year? 11-6. I'm gonna stand on it. I know I've been kind of trying to renege on that, but everybody's telling me, calm down, relax. The starters are gonna play week 1, and they're gonna be fine. Jofi Joe said, "You good today, bro?" I am. Hope all is well with you too, Joe. That guy Yeager says somewhat scripted. Ain't no somewhat to it. It is. Sports has too much money involved not to be. Exactly. And if anybody gambles on sports, you would know that, yeah, it is. It's entertaining. We still try to keep hope alive and faith in our teams to be champions one day regardless. Antonio, 11-6. I hope that still happens. Roger Hope. Kelly still raw. She'll understand later. Oh, I read that earlier. Okay. Got some new comments in here now. What's up, Rick? Thank you for joining. Seahawks fans are talking crazy, thinking they're beating the Niners week 1. Says King. They sure are confident, aren't they? They've been really, really, really on my ass. Collard says Juwan. What about him? Kyle says he expects him to show up week 1, but it doesn't mean he will. What do you think? I think if they make a trade for a wide receiver, they're saying we don't give a damn if he shows up or not. Because I don't know if that calf injury is really that serious. Save money for Juwan, I guess. If there's something wrong with his calf, though, for real, why would we pay him? That would be stupid. But it probably isn't. But they're not trying to pay the receiver right now. They're not. Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Says Jack Green. Jack, take that comedy on the road, man. Take that comedy on the road. You could do some good stand-up probably. What if the Cowboys really do win the Super Bowl? Niners should go get Jacoby Myers. There you go, King. That's what I've been kind of saying. Collard, whoever cheaper. Amari Cooper was cheap. Oh, did you hear? When Amari Cooper signed with the Raiders, they said that the Niners were a team that reached out and tried to sign him, but the Raiders gave a better offer. I don't even know what he's getting paid yet. I still hadn't heard numbers. So we must have really lowballed him. You don't do that when you're kind of desperate for a receiver. Who's a better player, Edge or Dominic Mysterio? It's Edge. It's Edge for right now. Dominic is not doing anything with Roxanne Perez yet. Now, if he can pull Roxanne Perez, then I'll give him the nod because that will be Roxanne, Liv, and Rhea. Like, Dirty Dom, you dirty player, you. But Edge, he had Lita. And remember, when he was with Vicky Guerrero, he had Alicia Fox for a minute. Edge got a whole lot more out of his player days. You know what I mean? He was a world champion. I don't even think Dirty Dom won the Intercontinental title because of his women. They didn't really help him win, did they? I'm going to go with Edge, but I may be being a little biased, even though I do fuck with Dom. Good question, King. Davis, thank you for the #1 gifted badge. When he had Hawkins and Ryder rolling with him, that was the good old days, man. That was the good old days. Remember SmackDown? They had the big fist at right there by the ramp when they come out on the stage. That was the good old days. Teddy Long come out, you know. Edge, you going in there? You're going to have a match one-on-one with The Undertaker. How you like me now, player? Oh, yeah. One more thing, Edge. That's going to be a hell in a cell. You feel me? Them were the good old days, man. And shout out to Vince McMahon for giving Teddy Long that opportunity. Nobody else would have done that in WCW. Nobody else would have done that in the WWE. Y'all taking me back with that Hawkins and Ryder stuff, man. Davis also says, I'm just glad my Commanders got Terry signed. I'm happy for you, bro. And congratulations and good luck on the season. I love Lupita 50 says, I'm a Denver Broncos fan. You're probably going to have a good year. Would you take John Wall over Magic Johnson all time? Dre, will you stop it? Of course not. All the stock in chips and beer is on the rise. The return of college football and pro football. That's right, man. That's right. Yes, sir. David said, yeah, I'm good. How about yourself? I'm fine. Yep, I'm fine. Arch, #1 pick, bet the house. I said that already. Okay. Damn, what happened to the guy who was trying to come in here? I had somebody wanting to be a guest, but okay. I guess I'm going to wrap this thing up then, and I'm going to see what NXT is doing tonight. Oscar said the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Well, no, he's asking me that. Y'all don't get mad, but probably so. They probably will. I mean, who's going to beat them? They still have 10 of the 11 starters from last year returning on offense. And I don't like how Jalen Hurts is taking so much hate. So if the Niners don't make the playoffs, I probably will be hoping that the Eagles do win. Just to piss some of his haters off. Armin Demery says Commanders. What's up, Elver? Long Beach Mike 3. What's up? Slide Podcast says Carolina. I think Carolina's going to be better than what people think. I may have them winning the South. I don't know yet. But I think Bryce Young is really going to elevate his team this year. From what I saw the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, He really did look a lot better after he got benched and got his job back. There's Alfredo on YouTube saying the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. Probably so. What's up, Keith Inman? Where you been, man? He says, hello, everyone. What's up, Keith? Is that a serious question? Magic all the way. That's what I said, Davis. Dre just probably playing around. Dre usually says a lot of smart things on this podcast in the comments. The Rams are going to put belt to ass, I guess, to the Niners. We'll see. I think your quarterback is not really healthy, though, Long Beach Mike. Thank you for joining me, though. He says, go Rams. Do you believe in Jake Moody? I do not. I do not, King. 3-6 Mafia brought out Mark Henry. They sure did. Somebody go get the ass kicked. Still got some gas left in the tank. That was some good stuff. Remember the promo when Mark Henry was in the salmon suit, the pink salmon suit, he comes out. Baby, tell the kids I'm coming home. Cena was like, man, yeah, man, what a career. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, World's Strongest Slam. Still got some gas left in the tank. I ain't retiring. He looked at that belt, that WWE Championship, he said, I'll have that too soon. That was some good shit, man. Oh, Mark Henry. Get rid of Moody. What you said, rookie 01. Do you think we'll be healthy this year? I can only hope, King. I can only hope. Seahawk fans talking crazy. Okay, I read that already. Slide Podcast laughing at me. Great live, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Armand. Demery? I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not sorry. Carolina is nice, but I meant, are you from Carolina? Your accent? Nah, even worse. I'm from Mississippi. Yeah. In Memphis, Tennessee right now, man. I'm from North Mississippi, born and raised. I'm here right now in Memphis 10, man. Been here all my life. Yep, just a little country than you thought. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to do this podcast, because people kept telling me, dude, you good at this stuff, man. You sound just like them dudes on TV. You need to try a podcast or something. I'm like, who the hell gonna listen to me? And I questioned myself, one, because am I gonna be good at that? And two, the accent. But yeah, podcast. Memphis 10, baby. Niners are going to be better than what people think. I sure hope you're right, Timothy Barrett. And I do agree. Don't forget the Godfather in the WWE days with the train of women. Yeah, only Vince would let that happen, man. Only Vince. The whole train. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good old days, Godfather. Godfather and Undertaker, they had some wild, wild stories back in their day. If anybody's ever heard or seen those two on podcasts and in interviews, I didn't know they were that close, but they got some wild stories, man, when they were out there on that road. And Teddy Long has told a bunch of them, too. Ron Simmons and JBL, oh, man, they were all some characters, man. Good comment, Dre. I wish the Niners could trade for Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter? Jalen Carter? Who was that? Is that the defensive player for the Eagles or somebody? Who was Jalen Carter? I'm sorry, King. Enlighten me. Who is that? So I can see if you know what you're talking about there. Timothy Barrett said, bang, bang, Niner gang. Yes, sir. Eagles is nice unless they lazy and complacent. I don't think they will be. And you know what? Another reason why I think the Eagles are coming with a chip on their shoulder, they're the defending champions, and nobody's talking about can they repeat. Everybody's busy saying, you know, like, could the Commanders take their spot? Even though I like Washington, but let's be honest, as good as they were last year, they only had one close game against the Eagles, and they had to come back and win that one with the split that they had. NFC Championship game was no contest. Maybe they did better, though, because I hope they plan to beat the Eagles. That's how you should draft and sign players. Let's win our division. But nobody's talking about the Eagles repeating. But last year, all you heard was, well, the Chiefs three-peat. Well, the Chiefs three-peat. And I kept telling people, like, it's never happened. I don't think it ever will. Not in football. It's never happened. All right, y'all. It's time to take them pain meds again. Okay. I think I have caught up with everybody. Bad News Brown with his finisher, the Ghetto Blaster. Yeah. I remember that. I remember that one. Dre, I don't want to ask you or put you on blast, but man, for you to remember all of this, man, you kind of got to be up there in age. I don't know. I'm not calling you old, but I think you may be older than me if you remember Bad News Brown. Yeah, man. Yeah, I do. But only the highlights. I didn't watch him. All this red and yellow. This is a Huckster fan, isn't it? Anyway, I'll take the hearts. Thank you for the comment. A bunch of hearts from Shaney Bainey or Shaney Banani. Thank you. Bang Bang Niner Gang says Niner Fan 3. Thank you. Bang Bang, man. Let's go. Podcast. Slide Podcast says you got it, bro. You got the voice. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How did I become a Niners fan, King? Watching it with my uncle, who was a diehard Niner fan at the time. He was Joe Montana fan. The first game I ever watched was Super Bowl 23. As a young kid, didn't know what the hell I was watching. And I was about to pick the team they were playing, which was the Cincinnati Bengals. And he said, no, don't do this. Don't do that, nephew. Just keep watching. But it was the Super Bowl, so I'm like, hey, man, I love the Bengals helmets. And he said, just keep watching, nephew. And I did, and I was like, oh, that Joe Montana dude looks pretty good. And Jerry Rice, I watched that last drive and what Joe Montana did, and they won that game, and I was like, oh. And I can't forget that touchdown pass to Taylor, and Montana just threw his arms up in the air, and I watched the film, and I remember some of the players saying that Joe Montana said during that last drive, is that John Candy in the front row? And the Niner players in the huddle were like, dude, shut the fuck up. This is a Super Bowl. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. Fuck John Candy. And I was like, yeah, that dude there, he got it. He's too chilled. And he said that's why they call him Joe Cool. And I'm like, okay. And my uncle told me that Jerry Rice was from Mississippi. I was sold. And that was it. Rest is history. I was a Niner. And I've been that since 89. My folks from Memphis 10. What do you think about the Titans? My brother's a Titan, diehard Titan. And I think that Cam Ward is going to be a Rookie of the Year candidate. And I think that the Titans are going to surprise people and finish second in the AFC South. But if CJ Stroud is not protected well with those 5 new offensive linemen, I think that the Titans could fuck around and win the South. Who knows? But I expect at least 8 wins from the Titans. That's an improvement from 3. 8-9 wins is possible for the Titans. Thank you for the comment, Slide Podcast. Thank you for the question, King. Steel Dre says, I heard a man say on TikTok, say he would take Wall all time. It's why I asked. Oh, okay. Well, stop listening to that dude. I don't know what his excuse was or his reason for that, but nah, he should be drug tested. You should put the New York Jets. Put the New York Jets where? What's up with that 49ers, says Big 12? Big Dickner 12? What's up with it? I'm a Niner fan. I'm a Niner fan. That's it. Bad News Brown would call his opponents beer belly sharecroppers. Okay, I don't remember that, Dre. I became a Niners fan when I watched Bowman and Pat Willis. Okay, King, you're young, man. You're young. My son did too, though. He loved Patrick Willis. Oh, man, that was a good old days. I saw Patrick Willis and NaVorro Bowman chatting during the 49er Charger preseason game. You know, NaVorro Bowman is on the Jim Harbaugh's coaching staff with the Chargers, and P. Willie was just there, and they were just catching up. That was cool. JV1 says, acknowledge me. Okay, I acknowledge you, JV1. Now acknowledge the Great Debate Show and follow on TikTok, and acknowledge the Great Debate Show on YouTube, and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Minnesota Dad is in the building. What's up, Dad? He says, I missed the Myers trade offer. Who did they turn down? Now, that they did not say, but I'm guessing it was us, because there's been reports that Bart Davis would never make a deal with the 49ers. I don't know. Maybe his dad told him to do that. Maybe he left that in the will or something. No matter what you do, son, don't you ever make a trade to the Niners. I don't know. They didn't say what team it was, but I bet you it was us. Because we tried to sign Amari Cooper, they say, but I guess we lowballed him, or he just wanted to go back to the team that drafted him. But we were in on that. We had plenty of time to sign him, though. Keith, sometimes I think the Niners just say, hey, say that so the fans won't get pissed. They know how we react. They think we should go for everybody sometimes, or we think they should go for everybody, but that's every fan base. I don't really know. If they really wanted him, I think they would have got him. Keith said, slam that like, punch the share. Yeah, slam that like button, punch the share, and pin the subscribe buttons. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, brother. Ralph Carr is in the building, said they are crazy. I'm from Kentucky. Magic Johnson is the GOAT, and it's good. Sure is. And he's from Kentucky saying that. Yeah, whoever that was, I don't know what's up with them or what they've been smoking. What's up, 702 CK? I hope all is well with y'all, man. I'm going to check out NXT, man, and see what they got going on. And it's time for me to get back on these pain meds. Until we heat again, I'm about to get out of here and sign off. I don't think I have anything else left to talk about. Again, congratulations to my guy, Chase Lucas. He really did show and prove that he belongs to be on the 49ers roster. That's a nickel corner. He may be starting if Upton Stout is not ready. I'm not sure. He's dealing with a calf injury. I'm starting to wonder how serious is that calf injury. What is up with everybody in these calf injuries with the 49ers? Okay. Okay. Yep, that's all I got. I'm done. Niners missed the opportunity on drafting Will Campbell. King, that's what I said months ago. Why not draft Will Campbell? He can be left tackle when Trent Williams leaves. He can be left guard until Trent Williams leaves. I said the same thing, bro. Thank you for liking the live too, King. From where now? I don't know what 702 saying right there. Ordering what? Marina? What? Marinara? What is 702 talking about? I'm sorry, I'm confused on that one, man. May the best team go to the Super Bowl, says Keith. What you said, brother. Who's it gonna be? We're at a time right now where everybody has a chance. No matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how unhinged it sounds, everybody has a chance because we're all 0-0 for now. That's about to change, though, in about, what, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days? Seasonal kickoff. Eagles at Cowboys, Cowboys at Eagles. I mean, is Micah Parsons going to be there? Or is he really going to get traded? We don't know. Saints don't have QB. Well, they got Rattler, who's going to start, and Tyler Shough, the rookie, is going to be the backup. That's why I was hoping Shadur Sanders got waived. Because had he gotten waived, I think Kelly Moore would have been on the phone like, hey, let's get him over here. Yep. Lou Dog 23 said Jake Moody. Yeah. You mean Jake Booty? Saints don't have a chance, says Darren. No, they don't. They don't. Who that? The number 1 pick, probably. Yep. Do you think Geno has a good year? I think he'll be better than what people are saying he's going to be. He's back with Pete Carroll. He's back with Pete Carroll. That system works for him. Same way it worked with Russell, it works for him. He's got Ashton Genty, who I think is probably going to be the offensive rookie of the year. He's a good play-action quarterback. They just got Amari Cooper back. If they keep Jacoby Myers and don't trade him, they ain't going to be too shabby. It's just, do you think the Chargers are going to, regress? Probably not. You think the Broncos are going to regress? Probably not. They're actually probably going to be better. And I know you don't think the Chiefs are going anywhere, so it's hard for the Raiders to just, it's hard for me to predict them going 10-7 and getting a wild card spot. I'm sorry. Keith said, I miss Garoppolo. You mean Garoppolo? I don't. Are you serious? He's probably being sarcastic. They wrote him off, but he didn't write back. Who? Oh, Geno. Yeah, Geno said, I'm not here to play cards or something with the crap table. He said, I'm here to run the table. I remember when Geno said that. I'm slow. I remember him saying that. He said something too earlier about running the table. So, hey, man, when underrated and under the radar, and nobody, everybody doubts him, he usually does come on strong, And Pete Carroll is if he still got it, I think Geno is gonna be all right. I do. Johnny says, rate my 10 man. Lamar, Neighbors, Hampton, BTJ, Trayvon, Warren, Sutton, Moore, Bates, and the Hawks defense. That's not bad. Not bad, Johnny. Okay. You think CMC will bounce back? I do now, especially now that he's got some depth. He's got a good RB2. And I also love what B-Rob said, man. He said, look, no disrespect. I respect everybody here, and I respect everything that they do and the people that are here, but I ain't here just to back up CMC, I'm here to take the load off as much as I can and, help out, but I'm here to compete. And I like how he said that, and I think he meant it too. He ain't here to just be singing hooks like Missy Elliott said on This is Ladies' Night. Oh, what a night. She told Lil' Kim and left out there, man, y'all ain't gonna be using me to just be singing hooks. Who I look like, Patti LaBelle or somebody? That's what B-Rob is kind of saying. I was a running back star. I was a starting running back over there in Washington. Now, look, I know CMC's that dude, but yeah, I'm here to make some noise. And he says he thinks that they're going to be the best running back duo in the league. And I say, if that offensive line blocks well, he's right. We will be better than Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. We will be better than Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. And whoever else that you consider a good, running back duo in the backfield. CMC, the tour of running backs. Ouch. Darren ain't cutting us no slack, ain't showing no love. Well, at least Kyle Shanahan has finally admitted that, hey, I've been running CMC in the ground. I need to go get him another running back. And this also shows what they think about Isaac Guerrero. That trade showed me that they know he cannot be the backup, or CMC probably won't last. Somebody said Guerrero should play tight end because he's got size and he's got speed. He'd be a nightmare as far as a mismatch against linebackers and, and some corners. In safeties, linebackers and safeties. I'm like, eh. But as soon as he gets hit, he's going to get hurt. Keith said, my team is the Jags. And they got a dud of a quarterback one, of QB1. Yeah, I'm glad you know, Keith. I'm glad you know. Can Trevor Lawrence be better? He's got Travis Hunter whenever he comes back from his little upper body injury. He's got Brian Thomas in year 2. The line's supposed to be protecting him better. No excuses. No excuses for T-Law. You think the Niners can get it done? I kind of do. Especially after hearing Purdy admit that he just did too much last year. And that he needs to not worry about who's on the field. I like that accountability. I like that we're going to be the best running back duo if the line can block. I give our secondary an A-. I give our running back room an A+. But right now, Brock Purdy is the only healthy quarterback we got. Mac Jones is dealing with an injury. And, we cut the other two. He doesn't care or love the game. Oh, is that true, Keith? He's talking about his quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. I hadn't heard that one, but he certainly plays like he doesn't love the game. Do you have trust in Colton McKivitz? I do not. I do not. I don't have trust in the offensive line, to be honest with you. But because of the system, which is what I hate Kyle No Style about, because he relies too much on this system, he doesn't think he needs to address the O-line enough. He's wrong. It can only take you so far. When these games matter and the championship is on the line, they just going to start bringing it because they can't keep up. They can't protect. They can't block everybody. He all right, but I don't know. Trent Brown's available. He's a big body offensive lineman, but he's trash. Keith said, I say it and I mean it. I feel for you, brother. I don't know what to say about the Jaguars, man. And the AFC South is wide open, too. If he was who he was, expected to be, they should have playoff wins. They should have more division championships. They should really, be better by now. Because when you got a quarterback, it makes everything else better, and it's easier to build around it. And I hadn't saw that in Jacksonville. Pete Carroll offense has been figured out a long time ago. That sounds like Shanahan, because they done figured his out too. Did you watch Steve Young play? I sure did, Austin. I sure did. I watched him way more than Montana. Montana was on his way out when I started watching. But I did see his last 2 good years, or the 89 season. I watched that. Super Bowl 23 and beyond. But yeah, hell yeah, I watched Steve Young. Loved him too. Kyle Shanahan can't lead the 49ers to a Super Bowl victory. Probably can't, Darren. Darren, you ain't got nothing positive to say. Damn. Shit. I'm not reading no more of your comments. Everything that sounds like hate, hate, hate. I saw you on that episode of Chappelle's show. You was at the Player Haters Ball. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're probably right, too. I've said that before. I don't think Kyle, no style, will ever win a Super Bowl for us because he's the GOAT, the greatest choke artist of all time. But I'm trying to be nice. I told some Niner fans I was going to lay up off of him. I always stop talking about him when the season starts, though, y'all. I get all of that stuff out of my system during the offseason. And then whatever happens during the season, hey, y'all already heard me say what I had to say, You already heard me say what I had to say. You can take it how you want. Darren is laughing at me. He said, I know my Dolphins are worse. And see, look at that. He talking all that ish. And he's a Dolphins fan. What's up with your head coach? It seems like he's kind of losing his touch, too. Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, everybody that runs that offense, it was a bad year last year. Bobby Slowick called the plays in Houston. He got fired. The Texans' offense regressed. Some of it was the O-line. Some of it was probably the play calling. It seems like everybody knows his offense. I sure hope he changes it. I sure hope we see CMC in the slot. I sure hope we see CMC and B-Rob on the field at the same time. I sure hope Shanahan, stubborn ass, does not say, I'm just going to run CMC in the ground, and if I do, oh, well, I got B-Rob next. No, don't do that. Play them both. Hell, play B-Rob a little bit more for the first few weeks. We don't even need to see CMC in the backfield the first 4 weeks. Stick them in the slot. Yeah, especially if Jennings don't show up. Do y'all think Jennings is going to show up? I don't know. All right, y'all, I about hit the 90-minute mark. You fuck with WWE? Yes, I do. I don't know your name. I don't see a name, but yes, I do. Darren said clean house in the Dolphins. Fire the janitors, the equipment managers, the GM owner. If I could, I feel you, man. I know. Mike McDaniel definitely is going to be one. And I fear that, even though I used to like McDaniel, I don't know what's happening. I fear Kyle will call him back, too, to be his OC. Although he was better when he had him and Saleh. He's got Saleh back. I could see him getting Mike McDaniel back by week 10. Week 8. Hell yeah. Says, I don't know who. I just see a black profile pic. Cena fan, thank you for joining me. Okay, y'all, I'm done. I said that a while ago, and I'm done. Thank you, Chris, for joining me. I'm finna wrap this up. We have good running backs, wide receivers, but it's your quarterback that doesn't care. Nobody else cares. Yeah, Keith is hard on his Jaguars. He's hard on his quarterback, and I don't blame you. I've been hard on him too. And Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert needs to win a playoff game. All 3 of them. No excuses. Now, I understand Herbert lost some weapons, but, man, if you're good, you're good. He's got Keenan Allen back. I need him to win a playoff game. Shane Riley said, my kids got me authentic signed Ronnie Lott jersey. That's what's up. You can get a lot of money for it if you wanted to, but I'm sure you probably don't. Cash Peterman, can I have your gear? That's a long name. He says, who do you think is the GOAT? In football? In football, I think it's still Rice. I know Brady's got 7 rings, but a lot of them have the asterisk by it because, you know, we heard Spygate, Deflategate, Headsetgate. A lot of cheating that went on. Deflategate. The Chargers cut Jerry Rice's son, Brendan Rice. So he was still a Charger. He didn't survive the NFL cut today. Once again, another Hall of Famer's son cut. Jerry Rice's son, Frank Gore Jr., Tariq Owens. Bummer. Just goes to show that they're not there because of their father's last name. You still got to be able to put in the work and you know, cut the mustard. If you can't, it's deuces. Keith said, I like the channel. I subscribe. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that, brother. It's not easy to get people to hit that sub button on YouTube. Not easy at all. Falcons have made the Super Bowl appearance since 2017 against the Patriots. That's true, White Tiger. That is true. What are you insinuating? They're going to make it this year? Michael Penix just lost one of his offensive tackles for the year. You can't play, you cut. Simple as that. That's right, Larry. That's right. Just like that. I'm still hurt we choked against the Patriots. Yeah, and you should be. As you should be. I know that hurt. But still, probably not as bad as the way the Niners lost Super Bowl 58. We lost that like a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. Darren said, I'll subscribe to your channel, my brother. Thank you, Darren. I appreciate it. Follow me here on TikTok, and yeah, go to YouTube and subscribe. That notification bell would also help. That way, no matter what time I pop up, if you hit that bell, I'm going to pop up. Bailey, you're on Dream Street? You mean the wrestler, Bailey? She's doing a good thing right now. I like what she's doing. She's about to go heel, right? She's kind of got some mental issues going on. She's talking to herself, and you know, she's got 2 personalities right now. I like it. I'm still mad y'all beat us in the Super Bowl. Hold on, Darren. Didn't you say you were a Dolphin? You remember that? When the Niners beat the Dolphins way back when? Spread offense quarterback don't do well in the NFL. Agreed. Lawrence, Herbert, overrated. Haven't done anything yet. Agreed. Yeah, Darren. Yeah, that was a long time ago when we beat the Dolphins, man. Bailey slowly turning into the Fiend. Oh. I wasn't watching during the Fiend days. I'm not going to lie. I'll take your word for it, though. I kind of like what they're doing with it, though. What else to do? Wayne, The Pain, thank you for joining. Yes, Marino, only Super Bowl appearance. Okay, Darren, you telling me your age. You telling me your age. Remember when he got to that Super Bowl and everybody thought, oh, man, it's all right. He lost to Joe. He going to be back in plenty of Super Bowls. And it never happened. I sure hope that don't happen to Purdy. He got there young. It was his 2nd season. Just like Marino. I sure hope he doesn't end his career like him because he never got back again. Bailey Breakdown is back. What's up, Bailey? Bailey said, Keith, I ain't even a Carolina fan. Keith says, no, Bailey, Breakdown. The Panthers going 12-5. That's a dream. Oh, Okay, now I get with those comments, man. I ain't going to say they're going 12-5. That probably is a dream. But I do think they're going to be better than what people predict. Darren said, yeah, I'm still waiting. You and me both, brother. As much as we have to talk about 5 rings, that stuff is 31 years old since the last time we won. And some people say they like to be competitive. They like to compete every year. And I just say, look, I'm tired of competing and not winning, though. Sometimes I'd rather just go 0-17. I'm tired of thinking that we're going to finally get there and then they just build us up to let us down. But, you know, us fans always see things differently. That's the beauty of, this sport and, our fan bases. But I was talking to somebody on Twitter and they were like, I just like competing. I wouldn't trade Shanahan and Lynch for nobody right now. I don't blame him. He's kind of right. Who would you trade him in for? Who would you replace him with? But I'm tired of him also, because he's proven to me that he just can't do it. But he says it's because it's Andy Reid. It's a Hall of Fame coach, a future Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm like, fuck that. You better find a way to beat him if you're going to be a future Hall of Fame coach. I don't know. But he is Andy Reid of old. The Niners defeated Marino 38-16 in favor of your Niners. That was his only appearance. Sure was. Darren said 1-15 was a suffering season. You don't want that. I mean, at least I won't be on pins and needles with anxiety. I'm not saying I want it. I'm just saying I'm tired of being good for nothing. Because at the end of the day, the Niner fans that make fun of Cowboy fans and say y'all ain't won nothing in 30 years, we hadn't won nothing in 31 years. Whether we've been relevant or not, whether we've had more playoff success or not. I don't understand. People don't see that the way I see it though sometimes. All we doing is just bragging about we were better than y'all, but we still don't have 6, just like they don't. So I just want to get that. Then I'll talk all the ish in the world to Cowboy fans. I hope my Falcons defeat the Cowboys their first regular season game. Huh? No, the Cowboys open the season against Philly. White Tiger. They told me I was crazy, said podcast. Darren said try 52 years. That is worse. That is worse. Damn. But you've got one thing that nobody has. You won a Super Bowl and you were undefeated. The 72 Dolphins still popping champagne. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to go. Lamar Jackson is my GOAT with Derrick Henry. You mean right now or all time? I love Lamar Jackson. I mean, if you've been following me, you know I've said many of times Lamar's the best football player in the world. But I need him still to be a better quarterback in January. Okay. Everything smells better when you are winning. That's true, Dre. That's true. Okay, y'all. I'm going to get out of here and pay them bills. I've been here for 97 minutes. Let's get out of here. I'm going to check out NXT. And maybe I'll talk about it a little bit in the morning or sometime tomorrow. Okay. All right. I talked about Becky Lynch and the heat she got from Kelly Osbourne, the daughter of Ozzy. I talked about all the NFL roster cuts. Talked about Jacoby Myers and the trade that somebody got rejected for. We don't know which team, but I bet you it was my Niners. And that's it. Until we meet again, y'all be safe out there. And peace. I'll be back on a wonderful Wednesday. Follow, subscribe, y'all.